are back at Rancho Cotate High School Stadium in Rampart Park, California for the second of two WCLL championship lacrosse games to determine who's going to face the University of California Golden Bears men's lacrosse team in the final tomorrow. This contest is going to match wits against head coach Bobby DeBreo of the Cal Poly Mustangs against the head coach Greg Menges of the Santa Clara Broncos. I am Dave Almy, and I am joined, as always, by my partner in crime, Mike Lantier. Mike, how you doing?
Doing well, Dave. Enjoyed that first game, but this is really going to be the contest I think the fans are looking for. This is going to be a hard-fought battle to face the best team in the land, but we're looking forward to this Mustang-Bronco matchup.
Yeah, suffice it to say the first game got out of hand very quickly, so I think you and I would both anticipate and hope for a game that's going to be more tightly contested between these two teams who have met before this season.
Oh, they have. This is the staple here in the WCLL. You've got, I believe, President Aaron Myers mentioned earlier in the first game when we interviewed him. You know, you've got 5 teams that are really pretty much powerhouses, not only in the WCLL but in national ranks. Cal being the top of all. But this is going to be a good one, and I think they're getting ready for our national anthem. So we're gonna take a quick break.
Look at him, he's a big man, and you don't expect that he can get up those high notes, but he can climb the scale like no one else.
Thanks, Dave.
But back to what we were talking about earlier, this is not the first time these two teams have met, with Cal Poly prevailing over Santa Clara 16-7, I think, the first time they met. And we had a chance to talk to both coaches at right before the game. And Coach Bobby D seems to feel like he's got a good plan for today.
Well, definitely. I mean, they're a big roster. They've got a lot of athletes, a lot of great talent on that squad. But they're focused in on the Broncos and obviously number 24, Keaton Collier.
Yeah, Keaton Collier, the sophomore sensation, over 40 goals on the season. So I think it's safe to say that the offense runs through him.
It does. I mean, he's a unanimous first-team all-conference attackman, led the votes on that. And he is a very interesting player. He's played a lot of field, but he's also played a lot of Canadian box. And thanks to Shaden Santos and his Cali-Lax All-Stars program. I mean, the Panda.
Yeah,
Yes, they changed the
Panda.
game. So, but Cal Poly's got the same in AJ Gorelius, another Cali-Lax All-Star for Cal Poly, coming off a year where he studied abroad and now is back to keep pressure going.
I tell you, I'm very much looking forward. Well, I'm looking forward to a lot of things. But I would say the thing that I'm probably most looking forward to this game is watching strength on strength, right? Because Cal Poly is going to send the WCLL Defensive Player of the Year, Jack Tooney, out to get up and face off against Keaton Collier. So, it doesn't get much better than when you can see two athletes at the top of their game squaring off one another and see what happens.
Yeah, Bobby D was very tight-lipped about his plan, but he said he had a plan.
He's the Cheshire Cat, right? That big smile, but he's not
Big
saying
time.
a whole lot.
No, but pretty. I mean, it's not a hard one to figure out. Defensive Player of the Year, long pull out of St. Ignatius, trying to shut down the Archbishop Mitty midfielder in Collier. These guys played against each other in high school, so they're not unknown to each other. And of course, they've met earlier this year, so it's going to be a good one, strength on strength.
And like everything, it starts at the face-off dot, and that's another thing that Cal Poly has going for them. The #1 face-off guy in the league, Ryan Brown, and he is a beast at the dot. And if we're going to get anything done, if you're Santa Clara, you got to find a way to neutralize it. I know Coach Mangus was excited that he's got his #5 back, Tim Moylig back, who is his Fogo specialist. He wasn't around the first time they played.
No. So this is going to be interesting, and obviously Cal Poly's face-off man is the talk of the town. Everyone in the WCLL knows his name, and he goes to work right now.
We are off and running, and boy, it's a battle right off the bat, looking for leverage. Both guys just straining to make this happen as they circle like vultures looking for that ball. And it looks like Cal Poly's going to come up with the first look at it. I believe Santa Clara's got the first possession of the game.
Nice.
Although the battle is not over yet. We've already got a flag down on the ground. And we are going Santa Clara's direction. So, boy, good things if you're a Santa Clara fan, getting that first possession of the game. Although in the last game we did see Sonoma start with possession first, and even get the first goal of the game. And I think we all know how that turned out.
Yes, it did. It was. We thought it might have been momentum, but it turned out to be pretty much a gasp at catching Cal asleep. But cannot see who the penalty is on against Cal Poly, but it looks like the Broncos are man up.
And here they come in their first possession. Working the ball around the perimeter. They're going to try to find it down and get it down to Collier behind it X fairly quickly. But right now they seem content to.
Oh, no.
A miscommunication. That ball's going to go Cal Poly. As Keaton Collier was cutting up towards the net, the shot was let out.
Yeah, and that's just, you got to read people's body language and know when a man's about to shoot. We got to have backup there.
So here comes Cal Poly on the clear. Number 20, Hayden Thayer, crosses midfield, and he's got a lane to the net. And fans are excited already, even with only about a minute to go over in the first quarter here. There was some flexing going on in the front row there that actually I've leaned back in my chair a bit. Got a little scary here, But that is Rancho Cotate for you, isn't it?
We've seen some battles here,
yes. Some battles here indeed. Cal Poly settles into their half-court offense. It's Ben Biggers up at the top of the key right now. I don't know why I'm using basketball analogies, but hey, look, there are similarities.
Absolutely.
He is closely shadowed by number 20, Connor McYani.
Kind of trying to figure out what Cal Poly wants to do here. Clearly we've got a man-on-man situation. I don't think they have the right personnel on there, Dave.
Maybe they're just finding their way through it while they try to burn that penalty that was on them. But I think that both teams are back to even strength, so here we go. 22. That's Sam Galiff making a hard run with the ball. He's using his big body.
Oh, save.
Really nice pickup right there by the Santa Clara keeper. That's number 27, Liam Hewitt. I think that's number 27. Nope, 23. I got that wrong.
Yeah, we had some roster changes late from Santa Clara, so pardon our mistake there.
You can't believe, ladies and gentlemen, what this roster looks like. it looks like it was written in crayon by a fourth grader. I'm not blaming Greg Mangus. I'm not. Maybe I'm blaming him a little bit, but that's what you do. Henry Godfrey's now got the ball back in the mix there. They continue to move the ball as best they can. That Cal Poly defense is coming out of the gate and looking like they're going to be playing very tightly over the course of the game. Lane switch to left. That was a nice looking shot there by Brian Buckley, who switched hands late in the game, just managed to tag the post on it. 25 goals on the season for Buckley. He's obviously one of the better offensive threats on this team. He's going to try to take some of the work off of the sophomore sensation Collier. Loose balls, things are flying around out there like ping pong balls in a lottery basket.
You betcha. Is that Doug Gosling?
That's Doug Gosling, I believe, 97.
He had a heck of a year, 30 goals, 16 assists. Definitely a go-to guy for the Mustangs.
All right, so things have been a little bit wild here to start. The early game jitters as both offenses try to find their find their pace here. Not yet established, but now it looks like Cal Poly is settling down and working the ball around to try to find exactly what it is they're looking for, which is a good
this. What a save again.
Boy, in the early going here, Matt Lengiani is showing himself equal to the task. That's 2 pretty brilliant saves right out of the gate, huh?
Yeah, Lenciani definitely was a factor last year in Cal Poly's march to finals. But I tell you, standing firm in there is the Cal Poly goalie, and very happy to see 2 quick saves on his end. He's definitely moving in.
On the Santa Clara side of the ball, yeah. I mean, then that's a lift for the team too, right? I mean, look at your goalie comes out, bam, 2 big saves like that. And here's the matchup we talked about right here. This is Collier and Tooney battling it out. And Collier finds the good skip right there. Our defense on Cal Poly, as I seem to recall from last year in the championship game, very, very quick to the ball. And they're not going to provide a lot of comfort for any of the shooters that Santa Clara tries to put out against them. Santa Clara testing the perimeter. You can tell, good looking around with their heads up.
Point blank. I mean, any goalie can see that.
Yeah, that was
poor shot selection.
Goalie Tom Baccarizo. I'm really butchering that one. I apologize,
He's from
Baccarizo family.
That's all you got to know.
The ball comes back down the other way. Left that one behind. Sarah Claire is there to gobble up the mess by number 11, Ryan Buchanan.
Kind of still a feel each other out kind of momentum here. It's a little bit sloppy, but
trying to squeeze the ball into spaces that are a little snugger than they should be, but trying to make something happen. It's championship lacrosse here, Coach Mike. All kinds of wildness is what you can expect.
Well, at this point in the game earlier in the day, it was probably 7-2.
it was
not
quick.
0-0.
Hey, look at again, all credit to
the Canadian style there.
That was a twister of epic variety.
Yeah, number 29, Henry Godfrey, Aspen, Colorado product.
Is that 29 that got that one?
I think so.
I think it was 39, 29. 29,
I think it's 29 because they're already helping them out.
Let's take a look at that one again. There's a lovely little twister coming down. Hey, kids, if I know this isn't a traditional-looking shot, but when your hands are tied up and you can't bring it back to the other side, give it that little cross-body look. That's a good look in there. And so Santa Clara scores first blood here, 1-0 against the number 8 team in the country, Cal Poly Mustangs.
Dare I say that Godfrey might be out of the Matt Brown Denver Elite box program with that particular move?
It could be. And face-off master Ryan Brown starts that fast break, and Cal Poly so nice job by the Santa Clara defense to close the lanes down and make Cal Poly pull the ball back out. AJ Garlis with the ball up top. Now
he's got a shorty.
That's the matchup that that Coach Bobby D wants to exploit.
Yeah. How they let it go though. Yeah. I would have taken him right to X. That's what Shaden Santos taught him. Go behind.
If you want to watch a guy who works well in space, you watch number 9. He can catch the ball in tight and get rid of it in the blink of a bat's eye.
Like right there. I want to credit Colin Doyle on that because that looks like a Doyler.
First of all, I want to thank AJ for basically proving what I was just saying. A pretty nice pass across the face of the crease.
This. Never gives up on it. The angle's there, right?
Calls for it. And then look at this backhand reverse underhand shovel. It's just like they drew it up.
That's some street ball there. That's nice.
That's the kind of thing, though, that you're going to have to be prepared for when you're playing this Cal Poly team, and particularly AJ down there on the crease. That's just deadly. All right, so score evens up. 9:14 left to go in the first half. All tied up, 1-1. And what is already turning out to be a pretty good contest so far. There's a good push. They're not going to call anything, though. And the face-off battle is rough. That's Ryan Brown showcasing why he is first-team All-League WCLL on the face-off circle. His coaches just love him and love his work ethic. He is a grinder.
They're going to keep him on, though. Look up. Nope. Now he's going to go.
Nice little piece of bocce there from AJ. He rolls the ball over to number 18, Mitch Stickney. Another great lacrosse name. And
very methodical here.
Yeah, Cal Poly getting their personnel package on, who they want. Don't say that too many times into a mic that's unguarded, otherwise, you get spittle everywhere. This cross pass just out of reach of the Santa Clara defense.
What a save. Lencioni again.
Sione has shown up for work today. Let's put it that way.
No.
Another great defensive stand by Santa Clara. I mean, look at Cal Poly's getting some good looks at the net. But between the goalie play and a turnover, brings the ball back down the other way as Cal Poly makes Santa Clara pay for a inefficient clear.
Yeah,
we're back to setting up.
AJ Morales got a great nose for the ball.
Is he ball hawk? Would you call him that? Would you phrase him?
I would. You know, he spent some time in Europe in the Czech Republic and actually ended up playing a little bit of lacrosse over there, some field lacrosse, which is coming on. Box is preferred, believe it or not, in the Czech Republic. But I think he led his team to the European Field Nationals.
You know, he is a multidisciplinary. I didn't realize he had Czech blood. So clearly the passport checking going on in that tournament is a little weak. So,
yeah.
Well done, AJ.
It's in his big toe. So.
A very Czech big toe. And the ball is back on the turf, and it looks like Santa Clara is going to have an opportunity to get the possession back from Cal Poly, but this is by no means a fait accompli, and that is a tough turnover right there, unfortunately. That's number 3, I thought. No, can't tell. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, couldn't tell. Those numbers are small from up here.
Yeah, definitely number 4, Liam Villano was involved in that.
Oh, just got turned around. AJ Lengarlis lets one fly just wide of the cage. And Cal Poly's there to back it up, so they retain possession. Looking back at X. It's number 97. That's Goslin.
Oh.
Another pass just across the front of the crease. And here we go, some pretty good contact going in. And it's going to be off of Santa Clara, so ball stays Cal Poly. 22 Galef with the ball. That moves it quickly up, back up to top, up to the Garlis. And over to number 19, Biggers. Because you know what the Biggers they are.
Oh, that's a good one, Dave.
Thank you. Except it's not Biggers, it's number 18, it's Stickney. Sorry. You know, I had all these good ones, and I just have to turn them over like that. Goslin working behind.
What a save. Lencioni nice coming up humongous right now. It's 5 on the day so far.
And that's a pretty darn nice shot right there by Evan Hunter off the rebound.
I did not see the assist there.
Did that come off the post, though, to Hunter?
I think so. Let's take a look.
Let's take a look over the replay. A good shot. A heck of a save. No, you're right. That came from Goslin from behind. That's an assist from Goslin. So nicely played by Cal Poly. Actually had nothing to do with the net. That's another one of those flashbacks we were talking about.
It's a long
earlier.
day, Dave. It's fine.
All right, so here we go. 6:17 left in the first quarter. The action is starting to pick up a little bit as the teams have found the back of the net. Cal Poly twice, Santa Clara once. Back to the faceoff dot. We've seen some pretty epic battles so far, haven't we, Coach Mike, at the faceoff dot?
Absolutely. Very fast hands, but that was a little too fast against the
faster than most.
The all-leaguer.
For a minute there, I thought he might have left Tim Malik frozen there at the.
Wait a second.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, shot on goal, not bad.
Not sure that was the one they wanted. A little off balance, particularly with Cal Poly with an explosive offense like this one. You want to make sure you're making the most of your opportunities. And another great I think it did not go in.
Wow.
The referee was right there to see it, and I know it's going to be hard for the fans to believe he actually had a much better angle than they did. Because the Cal Poly fans, unless they have an angle I'm not familiar with. That was pretty close. Ryan Buchanan, was it on the line? Do we need to see that one again? Very close. The replay officials are going on up here in the WCLL officials booth.
Sponsored by Warrior, no less.
Oh, the old Rusty Gate. That was Connor Lencioni. Not able to shut the door. The Lencioni family well represented here at Santa Clara.
I sense a long lineage there. Both coming out of De La Salle. They had
Broncos forever.
Yeah, but now with the addition of Mike Blocko on that staff, they've had a very disappointing season. So.
Oh dear, Mike Blocko.
About to get married. Can you believe it? Unbelievable.
Scary on so many levels. I can't even begin to talk about it. So here we go. We got 18 Stickney back with the ball. He moves back up top. Garlis pulling it back out again. Back over. That is Biggers. Sorry. The 18 and the 19 look really close, folks. So I'm doing my best, but counting has never been a strong suit.
Well, I think Coach Magnus right now is probably very happy with the 2-1 situation. But dare I say, Lencioni again.
Lencioni is having the game, at least certainly the quarter of his life. Nicely played. That could be trouble.
Uh-oh. It's going to get chippy.
The fans are sort of leading the way, and Collier gets a good whack off right, excuse me, right before the whistle goes down.
We're all guilty of it, Dave.
All right, so we're going to take one more look at the goal and see if what it looks like. How close did that come? Got his feet down on it, and as soon as he moved,
That's a tough one. That's a tough one.
I know, but if we play that replay a couple more times, the Cal Poly fans might not let that ref leave the building. So a potentially favorable call keeps the lead to just 1. That was dang close. Yeah. So,
and there he is, Keaton Collier.
Keaton Collier
off the A.J. Gorales penalty, and we've got a tie ball game. He snuck in very, very. I mean, this is box. This is what you learn in box when you play box.
Hard to imagine a kid that big sneaking up on anybody, but that's just what happened there. It came around from X and made the Cal Poly defense pay the price.
This is what he used to do with his big brother. He'd sneak in. Justin would try to deliver the heat, and nothing.
Not a whole lot of space there to work with, and yet Collier, who's of course used to shooting on that 4x4 net, finds it just big enough of a crease to let that one in.
Son of Chris, out of the Syracuse area. That's where the lacrosse roots began for the Colliers.
Collier family, well known in Bay Area lacrosse circles, having coached with Chris previously. One of the best coaching.
Best looking coaching.
Oh God, he's a good looking man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed to say it.
No. Ground ball here. Hunter Evan. Check that. Sorry.
It's another face-off win for the Broncos, isn't it? Oh boy, their situational awareness was not stupendous there. You got when you're dancing around that midfield line and that long
Shea
pole.
Danforth. That ball is free.
The Lyneis product. Sudden, Cal Poly's threatening the slow break over now, and Cal Poly settles into half field. I remember when I first got out here, and I was coaching youth lacrosse, and somebody was playing for La Marinda, and I had the temerity to ask one of the parents where La Marinda was. For those of you not in the know, La Marinda is a acute affectation of 3 cities put together: Lafayette, Moraga, and Orinda, and it becomes La Marinda. And I did not know that, and something that's very common in my life, made a complete fool of myself. So,
well, I wouldn't say that, Dave. I mean, there were some snickering, but no.
I'm used to having people snicker about me, Coach Mike. It's part of my world. It's where I live.
Give a little slice of life there.
Nice pass back.
Little box, couldn't get it.
Believe me, you're watching a Cal Poly team right now that is moving off ball very well.
Lencioni's seen the ball very well.
Goodness, how many saves is that for Lencioni so far?
That is going to be 8 of 10 shots.
Santa Clara there managed to stay the ball. The pressure that Cal Poly is applying right now is intense, and you see the result of it right there.
You bet.
A number of turnovers that a normally pretty disciplined Santa Clara team is turning the ball over.
That could be a factor late in the game. I mean, you look at the sidelines here. Santa Clara, obviously has a decent-sized team, but you look over Cal Poly.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of white jerseys there. They got horses.
So we got Mitch Stickney at the top of the ball right now. The urge to call him Stitch McNey is almost more than I can stand. Do you think I'm the first person to do that?
No, I don't. I think the U.S. Census made that
well
mistake.
Read by number 11 on the Santa Clara defense. That's Ryan Buchanan. Saw exactly what Stickney was trying to do to that ball and was there to pounce. So
Chase Lavaggio here. Can we get it started for the Lencioni?
Boy, he is having a heck of a quarter of lacrosse right now. And if he can continue that kind of play through the course of the game, it's going to be a very interesting contest. And a nice clear by the goalie, who continues a just fantastic quarter of play. Well done. And Santa Clara is back on offense with 1:16 left to go. Plenty of time. They're under the shot clock. So, right? No, what is it? Is that right? No. What's the shot clock again? Is it 60 seconds?
I want to say it's 80.
80. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know you want your announcers to at least have a sense of what the rules are, but that's not always the case. Ball back down to X. That's going on to that's Carson Lombardi. We had a Lombardo, and now we got a Lombardi.
And look at that. 17.
Carson Lombardi, sophomore attackman at Bellevue High School, finds the top shelf.
I'm going to go unassisted there. Can you back me up there?
Well, we can take a look at it.
It's almost like I'm doing my bingo card here. It's fun.
I got a good look at it, and no, I'm gonna go unassisted on that, Coach Mike.
All right, I love it.
Yep. Good individual effort. All tied up here, 3-2. Santa Clara.
The fans are getting what they paid for.
All tied up at 3-2. Not sure that works that way.
In Canada it does, but we're not there, Dave.
Well, that's another thing Coach Shaden taught us.
Socialist math.
Santa Clara with a 1-goal lead. Now possession with the ball. Coming back down the field with an opportunity to double up the lead. But they've only got 43 seconds to work with. And the ball is flying around out there. Whoa. Stymied. Bodies are starting to hit the deck. We may have a injured player on the ground.
That's the Fogo there. Tim Malyuk.
That is unfortunately not what Coach Greg Menges wants to see right now. His face-off sophomore specialist has been playing really well to this point, and I think stymieing the #1 face-off guy in the league, Ryan Brown. And you hate to see him walk off under those circumstances. He'll be back though. It looks like he's okay. Just maybe it's a little shaken up. But the ball looks like the possession is going to stay Santa Clara. You know, they've got 34 seconds left to go, and I think I don't have to be a soothsayer to think that it's going to try to end up in the stick of one Keaton Collier before the half.
Yeah, this is.
Although Brian Buckley has also been showing himself to be getting free and some good shots on the net too. So let's see what they set up. Ball goes quickly to X. Collier moves to it to clear out some space. Over to Danforth. Danforth, who's a veritable Swiss Army knife of a player. He's played goalie, he's played attack.
Well, look at that. The traditional bounce shot. My father would be so proud.
That is number 39. That is Alex Pappas.
Yeah, the Amarillo Valley product, unassisted.
That is a long shot out, big bounce shot, and you know, this Cal Poly keeper just couldn't up. I think most times you expect a goalie to catch that, to get that ball. But you know what he did? He did put a good bounce on it, and you know, all of a sudden there's a little bit of momentum for Santa Clara here. Up 4-2, 15 seconds left to go in the first quarter. You know, giving it to the #8 team in the nation.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a quick huddle there for Bobby D. He's going to want to bring these guys in and readjust them. Wait a second.
That is that's a heck of body control right there by Ryan.
He's only got a few seconds here to get off a shot. The
Fogo.
Fogo.
The rum.
And what a save, Lencioni.
My goodness. Hey, look that's one of the best quarters of goalie play I've seen. If they don't mob this guy when he gets to the sidelines, Coach Mike, there's something wrong in the world and they should all be punished. And get my invective.
I will tell you this. Unofficial here is 11 shots with 9 saves.
I mean, look if you're going to play championship lacrosse at this level and you're going to advance successfully against a top flight team like Cal Poly, you need to have great play from your goaltender, right? I mean, you need great play from everybody, right?
Oh, absolutely.
But your goaltender is a key, right? Because it's an emotional lift, it's a momentum lift. You get so much out of it.
Well, this is shaping up to be a real good one here, and we were hoping so. The first game a little lopsided.
Cal downing Sonoma State, yeah.
But no, I think this is going to be anybody's game right now. I mean, I think you can feel that Santa Clara feels like they belong here and should be moving on. They had a big win against UNR in the first round, which was a surprise. That UNR program had a couple hiccups with Coach Tetro's injury and subsequent resignation.
We wish him the best.
We do. But yeah, the Broncos, they're not afraid. They're not afraid of the juggernaut. You
know, it's interesting. Having watched the first quarter of action, I would say that the smoother team, the more polished team, looks like Cal Poly. But the score certainly suggests that Santa Clara's got their own bit of smooth going on here right now.
You're making me a little bit thirsty with the smoothie talk. But anyhow. Well, sticks checked out with the crack crew of officials here.
We have a clutch of zebras on the field right now. God, they are majestic.
But yeah, I think Menga says, keep doing what you're doing, guys. I really haven't seen Cal Poly push them around a little bit, defensively. So the Mustangs are they've got to do more of that in order to stop this now 4-2 run.
Yep, so it's still early going. Obviously, a ton of lacrosse, everybody, and we're glad you're joining us here. I'm Dave Almy. He's Mike Lind here. We are your, well, sort of the two guys they hauled off the street to announce this WCLL semifinal game between the Cal Poly Mustangs in white and the Santa Clara Broncos in their fabulous maroon and is that a tan? Is that a gold? Is it a taupe? I don't know.
I'd say taupe.
You're going to go taupe?
Yeah.
You just like this today.
Well, it's like the inside of my cardboard box I live in, so.
There we go.
Look at this. Again, Broncos showing some,
So that's a face-off win for Cal Poly, but it's clear that the Santa Clara Bronco face-off guy, Tim Malig, who they were so excited to have back and has been doing a great job thus far, he is clearly not feeling well.
No, he's coming off the field there and hasn't returned to the sideline yet. You can tell he's got something bothering him.
Something in the leg, some sort of cramp, fistula. I don't really know what that is. Just I think it's a medical thing. So anyway, Cal Poly is on offense now. Got the ball back at X. With the dangerous Doug Goslin behind. Now he switches it off over to number 32. That's Trey Chambers. Is that Trey?
You gotta love a short stick on short stick.
That's Califf. I apologize.
Yep.
That's 22, not a 32. Bats away the offensive stick to him. Got the quick double, and everybody resets. And Santa Clara is bugging around on defense right now and paid the price.
Number 3, nice ball.
This is okay. This is number 3, so this is our first attempt at this. I'm going to try to get this right, and I hope the family takes it. That is Dominic Trigesser.
Trigesser, yes.
Trigesser.
Yes.
Trigesser.
Nice feed coming here from behind. Trigesser times his cut perfectly. There he is. Boom.
Well, you love how quickly he got that ball out of his stick, too.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so back to the face-off dot, and in playoff lacrosse, you got to be a warrior. And Tim Malig right now is showing himself to be just that. He gets out there, he's clearly not 100%. He knows how much his team needs him, and he's going to go back and do battle.
Well,
Ryan Brown,
he's
comes up with it. Look at the kid. The kid can play. He's the #1 face-off guy in the league. So no humbleness about losing out to that guy, but you just wish that your face-off guy was 100%. Clearly, Mulwig's not right now.
Right. Let's see what the Mustangs do here to even this up.
So 4-3. That's what they're clearly looking to do. Getting their personnel in. Stickney. It's always dangerous with the ball. Crafty senior midfielder from Washington State. Unfortunately, that gets Crafty right out of bounds.
Yeah, this Mustang team looks a little out of sorts right now. It's kind of surprising. They have been the steady eddies in the WCLL for God knows a decade, and this one just looks like they're like,
You're not impressed with what you've seen so far?
That's not I'm impressed. I'm kind of confused.
We got a quick double here. As the Cal Poly ride is just ferocious. And get that turnover.
It's Sugo there, yeah? No. Is that Sugo? No, that's not Sugo.
That's Sean Twardy.
Oh, the San Marcos product.
I like the O. Like, oh.
Like, how did you not know that, right?
Collier. Oh, and this is dangerous right now for Cal Poly. You do not want to see this in the open field.
29 from 24.
I think that is a combination that we have seen a lot. That was Keaton Collier giving the great feed to Henry Godfrey, who had 1, 2, 3 looks at the net, and then finally emptied out on the shot that he wanted.
Yeah,
pushes the Santa Clara lead back to 2.
I will say this about Collier: he has very good speed.
Well, 2 looks at it.
He can move. He's a big guy, but he can move when he wants to.
It's a gazelle in the open savanna right there. I mean, it's beautiful to watch. Galoofing through. I don't know if galoof is a word.
Galoofing.
I don't know. It's late in the day. This is our second game. The English language is going to be a plaything.
Godfrey with his hat trick so far.
5-3 Santa Clara Broncos. 12:23 left in the half. bodies are falling. That looked like a little bit of a hold, and the ball is going to Cal Poly. They're going to see what they can do to solve what has been kind of a opportunistic Santa Clara defense right now. Goalie play has been exceptional. They have been getting their sticks in the lanes. So doing a couple things to frustrate what is usually a very rhythmic Cal Poly offense.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised because just based on the Fogo situation where Cal Poly has commanded the ball, Santa Clara's found ways to find the ball in the back of the net, and that is something that Menges is smiling about from using my Bushnell sponsored binocs here.
Kai Moy, he's definitely working around.
Look at this.
He still thinks he has the ball, and he doesn't. Cal Poly ride is just ferocious. Looks like we've got a push, though, so we're going to be taking it back to Santa Clara. Boy, I do love the tenacity that they do ride with. That's always so much fun to see.
Yeah. I love the fact that Greg Menges has not put down his clipboard once. Outstanding work by the head coach.
There's comfort. I mean, some people have teddy bears. Some people have blankets. Coach Menges sleeps with a clipboard, which, everybody's got their own thing. Unfortunately, a somewhat sloppy clear by the Santa Clara Broncos results in a turnover. Cal Poly hopes to take advantage of that. Down by 2. Which, as we know, is the worst lead in sports, is a 2-goal lead.
That's true, Dave. I learned that last year with you.
Full of bone mows, Coach Mike. You'll get a bunch more of them before this game is through. That is for sure.
I might break out my fundamentally unsound.
It's never a game unless the fundamentally unsound has been thrown up with abandon.
Absolutely. That certainly applies to a one-handed pickup.
The goalie is loose in the crease.
It
is all.
Oh, and he gets his own ground ball.
I would be thinking timeout right here.
That's usually a Ben Hewitt special. But Menges a little more cool as the other side of the pillow there.
I mean, the absolute ferocious chaos that's being delivered out there in that moment. And, the cool-headed Lesioni just blithely picks up a crazy rebound and gets it outletted.
And we do get our first timeout here, looking like Menges and crew.
Yeah, I think that's a smart timeout, to be honest. I mean, the pace of play was getting a little bananas for a while there.
A little bit. So
that was a crazy little moment right there with Lesioni coming out and the ball bounced right under his stick.
Good things usually don't happen when a goalie comes out and there are many pulls around.
But how impressed are you with him so far in this first half? I mean, he has absolutely been a difference maker for the Broncos.
Absolutely, and his brother's getting involved as well. So very cool that they're having this kind of impact for the Broncos. When all eyes were obviously on their, Collier. Other guys are pulling their weight, and that is what Menges wants.
Absolutely. So is that, you think, what he's saying in the huddle right now? It's like, okay, deep breaths. Okay, let's just settle the ball down a little bit and take a timeout from what was just furious action there for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, we got, 10 minutes left in the half here, and 5-3 game. Like you said, the 2-goal lead. Tough for the Mustangs to respond here.
Very brittle.
But they go 6-3 here, and, we got some interesting stuff that's going to happen with Bobby D. Adjustments galore.
Yeah, I think that, like I said earlier, the scrappy Broncos defense has found the opportunities to dissuade the Cal Poly Mustangs from finding their way into the net. But on the same token, I've been very impressed with the Cal Poly defense. They have been tenacious. They have been riding effectively. They have created opportunities. It's just, look, outstanding goalie play is the only thing really right now that's standing between Santa Clara being up by 2 or being down by 2.
Yeah, no, you're right. And I got to say, Cal Poly, you look at the all-conference list, and they've garnered 11 selections with just a short 5 with Santa Clara. But still, their polls and their defensive midi play has been fantastic. It just hasn't been coming together on the offensive side yet. I think they're still finding their way.
Nope, they've been so far in the second quarter a little bit inactive. Haven't been putting too many shots on net down on Santa Clara side of the ball. So credit to Santa Clara. They're executing what they wanted to do. Cal Poly just hasn't been making the most of the opportunities from what's been effective face-off play for them.
All right, it's going to be a nice little matchup here. It looks like it's
this is the one we all came to see.
That is true. Now, I don't have a 25 on my roster for the fabulous Mustangs.
Should be Tooney, I think, right?
Isn't it?
Where is he?
I have him at 33, so I'm not sure if he's not in the game right now, but.
All right, so Broncos playing a little hot potato. And Godfrey makes the big run.
He's been their answer today. He's got a hat trick.
Shifty behind the net. Lombardi.
Oh, what a save.
It was a heck of a shot, but a better save as Lencioni tries to get one down low, but Santa Clara's Tom Bacchierzo. That is a tough one.
Yeah,
sorry.
We're in Catholic Wildcat.
Bacchierzo. That's what I'm going to go with.
Yeah,
you can't tell me differently.
Our mystery man right now is number 25. I need to find out who he is.
Number 14, Zach the Man Levitan.
Yes.
He's getting off the field after getting the ball down to the offensively minded Sam Galiff. The ball all the way across the field. Over to Evan Hunter. Looks hungrily at the net and the defender who is on him. Nice little pass over across the top.
One-handed pass, fundamentally unsound, Dave.
Big, you were just itching. Big rip from Galiff, is unable to find the crossbar. Very dangerous on A.J. Garlis behind the net, moves the ball up top after some good defense.
A lot of one-on-one here. I thought Cal Poly would have more ball movement, trying to create space.
Clearly they see some matchups.
Look
that they
at
like.
that, one-handed with a bounce pass
to boot. Ugh.
Dirty.
Ugh. Ryan Buchanan. That is a top 10 moment. The one-hand stab and then the bounce pass. I think we need to see that again if we could get that on the replay.
This is for all you little kids out there. Wait till college to do this kind of stuff.
If you do that in a U11 game, you're going to have a coach burst a blood vessel.
Oh, my.
Oh,
wow, a laser beam coming in from 28.
That was Brian Buckley.
Another De La Salle product. What is John Christmas doing over there?
Brian Buckley just reached back to somewhere in Healdsburg and let that one rip.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
You got Collier with the feed out to the wing. Buckley gets his hands free and just pegs the corner. You almost can't even tell the difference between the time that ball leaves the stick and it hits the corner of the net.
Yeah.
Ooh, had to take a deep breath.
Yeah, that was something out of the slack. The Stanford Linear Accelerator. That thing came at a mile a minute.
All right, so Cal Poly finding themselves down 6-3 about halfway through the second quarter. And all of a sudden, that's why they Mustang riding a Bronco there for a minute.
I'll tell you what. Oh, I was going to say, he's just getting. It's slight battery in there.
It was like Canadian seal hunting right there. Oh, Brett
Yanko.
Yanko. Yeah, that's obviously something you're familiar with. I know you're listening, Yanko.
Brett Yanko, yes.
Ugh, a family of sealers. That's back in the old family lore right there, clubbing the kids out there. Woof. Get your blather up watching that kind of stuff go on. The face-offing today has just been tremendous. Great battles all the way around, but Cal Poly comes up with that one. And they see what they can do to start jump-starting an offense that, quite frankly, has been very quiet in this second quarter. Setting up behind. Again, a lot of one-on-one action, too. I do appreciate they are keeping the heads up, so credit to the Santa Clara Bronco defense covering the cutters and not giving them a lot of space to work with. But here's a guy who doesn't need a whole lot of space to work with. Gets it off, keeps that ball moving, see what he can draw the defenders, and not so much going on right there. Brian Biggers wheeling and dealing. There's a big spin right there from number 34. That's Ryan Flaherty.
And he, with the penalty, too. Wow, 34.
34, Ryan Flaherty with a pretty nifty piece of stick work right there. It's going to be a good replay to see when this comes up. Ball's at his feet, a quick twist, gets his own ground ball. It's free through a bunch of
here
folks.
Here comes the late hit after with the flag.
That flag arched through the air like a moonshot.
Oh, they waved it off. That's it. Technical foul, huh? I found it very personal.
Well, technically he didn't have possession anymore.
I know. I like it when these refs insert themselves into the games.
Oh, I know you do.
Yeah,
There's nothing that you love more than a ref asserting himself.
Can you smell the irony?
Actually, I can taste it. It's so thick in the air here right now. Coach Mike Lindher always having great respect for the ref officiating crews on these games.
Oh, no, them all on a first-name basis.
Very quiet here, didn't it? Yes, it is. It's the Church of Lacrosse, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, again.
He's flying again.
This is just, it's carnage is what it is.
This is UFC Battle Royale.
Oh, that ball is
nice job,
hot
18.
Potato.
Outstanding. We've got an official timeout. Player down. It's the same guy. Yeah. It's Mulig, right?
Yeah, Mulig. He is.
Malug?
I would say Malug.
Okay.
I don't know if that's correct, but unfortunately, he has really not been feeling well. He got banged up earlier in this game, and he's been a warrior getting out there and battling. Our replay official is taking a hard look at that one and trying to see what comes up. Tim is. No, he may have had the wind knocked out of him with a lacrosse stick on that one, but he has been paying a heavy price for some pretty stellar. For pretty stellar play today.
I want to take this time, Dave, to recognize the on-site catering company, Taqueria Sol Azteca, a local company out of here in Corona Park here. We enjoyed 2 burritos, did we not?
Well, I enjoyed 1 burrito.
Well, okay. I enjoyed 1. Maybe 2.
It was delicious. That's Sol Azteca. You can call them at 792-1859. They cater residential and corporate events, so highly recommend Sol Azteca.
Yeah, DoorDash them all the way.
DoorDash them. Self-dash them for all, look at, if you like a burrito, and who doesn't, if you don't like a burrito, they should build a wall around you. And we're back at the action here. Santa Clara Broncos with the ball after a bit of misconduct on the part of Cal Poly. It is Shea Danforth out of Lafayette, working the ball behind. As Greg Menges' offense tries to find an opening.
Collier looking, and they are doubling him quickly.
He continues to run. They don't want to do it, but somebody's got to be open.
Look at this. They got a little plan. They said then they're going to continue to pressure him.
That was a lot of pressure. Collier had no chance but just to run away. And the ball is a hot potato. We've been spending a lot of time.
Ball still back in the air. This is amazing.
I tell you, I don't know. Did the referees Vaseline the ball up earlier? They just didn't tell us, or?
But they're letting them play. There's definitely some physical play here. I like it.
That was a good thump to the back right there too. As number 30, Shea Danforth, takes a step back, and let's collect ourselves a little bit after what the pace of play has been. You got to enjoy that, I know, Coach Mike.
I love it because in the old days, they let us play a lot. There was a lot more physicalness. Obviously, the rules have tried to keep players safe, which I applaud. However, when you've got some loose ball work, that is the time to get your body contact in, and these refs are letting them go.
All right, pace of play got stuck in my throat. All right, so quick shot there by Buckley. It's backed up by Keaton Collier. Santa Clara retains possession, up 2 goals, 4 minutes and 30 seconds left in this first half of the cross action.
Danforth with a nice shot there.
Backed up by Buckley. Nonchalantly picks up an extra. He's waiting for the bus or something to come to him. He decides to put the ball back in play. Very casual player, Buckley. Deceptive speed, I think, is the way most people would try to describe it. Danforth. Look, you can tell there's something about this Rancho field that seems like it's getting a little tough to catch grip on. I'm seeing a lot of folks slipping and sliding.
Yeah, it's. I think it's due for a retread. Very lumpy out there. A lot of settling has happened over the years, and that's
outside of that. Alex Pappas thought he saw something, but the goalie's best friend, the side of the net, helped out the Cal Poly defense. Cal Poly trying to clear the ball. Whoop, almost got a piece of it.
Hey, there we go.
Look, I'm telling
Keep
you,
that stick in the air, baby.
Santa Clara sticks are doing the job right now.
Yeah, they are.
Good boy. I think it's like hard to collect. That was a nice pickup right there by Dominic.
Oh, taken right out of the air. Right out of the air.
coming up.
By Ryan Buchanan.
Fierceness right now.
Jesuit, Regis Jesuit out of Denver, Colorado.
Doug Goslin comes up with the ball.
And it looks like Cal Poly wants to talk about it. Wow, this is a momentum.
I tell you, Mike, it is this, if you like, I mean, look, this is back and forth lacrosse, up and down, teams not giving an inch, sticks in lanes. You got to love that kind of stuff. It's exciting lacrosse. It goes back and forth.
Well, this is playoffs, baby, and it's going to get better as we go. I mean, a two-game deficit between is we're on for a good one here. I mean, this is just the first half. We were talking about flea stacks last game with Cal.
I think it's fair to say that this game is slightly more competitive than the one we had before, where the #1 team in the country, Cal, showed why they are the #1 team in the country in a fairly easily handling of Sonoma State, where Cal came out had 19-10. Where it's safe to say that score is reflective of what we saw on the field. So a great effort by Sonoma State.
Well, Sonoma came back out in the second half and literally played them even, if not slightly better.
Yep.
Just they ran out of time, and I think they wish they had a fifth quarter there, but it doesn't matter. They're done, and Cal moves on. But this thing's wide open. I mean, both teams are living their lives for one more game.
It choked you up a little bit.
It did. It did.
I can see.
Reminds me of my days back in the Stone Age.
When we got to play with clubs and monoliths.
Darn right. True cat gut.
Yeah. Couldn't play unless you could skin a deer.
It's run a trout line.
We're not doing that here today. Everything is plastic and synthetic, and but boy, the play here is neither of those two things. It is honest and deep.
Yes.
Is what we've seen, natural and fluid.
Beautiful weather and beautiful play.
And with just a furiousness about it, right? That you expect from playoff lacrosse. Every ground ball contested to the fullest. Bodies laying on the ground as kids are trying to both the hard cuts and the good checks, and this is exactly what you want to see.
Well, I hope that this is the kind of game that a young kid will look at and go, you know what, I'm going to be like that. I'm going to go out and contest every ground ball. I'm going to go out and play my hardest every single time I'm on the field. And that's what's going to get that kid to college to play at this level.
And here we go, Cal Poly win the Kai Moy with the stick on the ball. I'm wondering what, well, you know what, I think that it's safe to say that Coach Bobby D gave some thought to what he wanted to say to the kids when they came off, and I'm pretty sure that wasn't it. I want you to go out there, and I want you to throw that ball away right away.
And then right back
at you. So maybe the pace of play is catching up with these players. I mean, it's just exhausting when you're going full out like that.
Well, it's warm, but it's warmer on that field. I mean, that's the the granulate that's made out of the.
So stop right there. Was the word granulate?
Granulate, yeah, Dave. It's how they process the tires and put into the fields here, and you can see it there. It's coming up, and this is a frumpy field. How about that? Frumpy.
Yeah. Granulate frumpy, ladies and gentlemen. You're getting a full measure.
Slash.
And we're going to have a penalty as somebody did not like the way that stick came down on the player. So Santa Clara is going to be headed to the box. 2:40 left here in the half. Definitely not what they want to see.
Is that?
It's 42.
I'm trying to figure it out. I thought it might have been number 9, Kyle Jacobs.
Looks like that might be Brian Gilbertson headed into the box. Yeah, it is Brian Gilbert.
Yeah, good call, Dave. You're on your game today.
Every once in a while it happens. And, this is also a good day to put money on the lottery because it happens about that often. Just ask my spouse. All right, so Cal Poly gets a late in the half extra man advantage where there's a big lane right there. And
let's see.
Is just, I couldn't tell if he got a toe on that or they get possession. And Santa Clara is going to try to do a better clear this time through.
Just north of 2 minutes, so this would be a big goal for the Broncos.
Nice clear by Caleb Patawi. Really motors up the sideline there. The ball back to behind. And an opportunity, but nice defensive job on Brian Buckley. You know you do love to see good defensive play.
Yeah, well, that's Lou Sugo. He's been a staple over there in San Luis Obispo for 4 years, and he is the emotional leader, as Coach DeBreo has told us. He's the emotional leader of that squad. Top to bottom, he's showing the young guys how to be a winner, how to be a good lacrosse player, a good academic student, and just all around, he's a role model. And Sugo, I believe, did garner some
Ollie honors.
He got some all-league honors. I think there was a bit of a bummer that he wasn't higher ranked than.
A bit of a kerfuffle.
Yeah, that's a great term.
Mm-hmm. Right now, this Cal Poly defense is playing them tough.
Relatively easy save.
Yep, nice stop, but fairly pedestrian. And failed clear. Nice pickup by number 7 on the number 7. I don't have number 7.
Well, that was due to that. That's the Delbaggio.
Oh, that's good. That's Chase Delbaggio. I tell you, these Santa Clara rosters again are like looking at astrophysics.
Well, what's also interesting is that we've got another number 7. There's a long pole there.
Yeah.
And that is how Greg Mangus likes to roll.
Keep him guessing.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got less than a minute to go here in the first half. Santa Clara is controlling the ball behind. They're probably angling for that last shot. Keep possession, see if they can push that lead back to 3 goals. But this Cal Poly defense has been equal to the task for much of the day. As number 17, Carson Lombardi lets one rip. That one's just not going to quite do it right now. So about 30 seconds left.
Let's see what happens. Oh, they're not going to get. They got to let timeout.
I think Greg Mangus wants to talk about it.
I guess so. Interesting there. The goalie had not gotten back into his position to then start play. But all right, well, so far so good. Just over the fence here, we see the worst game in this country being played, baseball.
Now.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Be nice.
I'm sorry.
It's like skiers and snowboarders.
Right. Well, I find it to be a pastime. It's a pastime.
It's a pastime.
I don't think there's any form of wiffle ball in lacrosse. Okay, you can play fiddlesticks, but you're still playing lacrosse.
What's it called? Chumash.
Chumash? Yeah, but that's.
All right, I'm just saying, Mike. There's a bunch of ways you can.
I just don't like sports that have stirrups and walks.
where grown managers wear the same uniforms.
Yeah, and then touch themselves all game. I don't like it.
Oh, God. We didn't really need to go there.
Yeah, you're right. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, look, I know you came here for championship lacrosse, not a breakdown of what makes baseball wrong with America, but that's what you got.
It's Mike Lantier, Lantier, at gmail.com.
All right, so with about 30 seconds left to go in the half, hopefully every coach in his back pocket has that short time on the clock play where he would love to get just one before the break. And if Greg Mangus has got one, this would be the time to pull it out.
Well, I definitely see that he has cracked open that clipboard. Still in the left hand.
You really crack it open?
Well, it's one of those box with the clipboard on top.
Did I ever tell you at the time in a fit of pique on the sidelines, I threw a clipboard and it shattered?
Yes. Yeah. I think I was there.
It might have been. It was my green lucite clipboard, and I loved that clipboard, which means I should never have treated it so poorly. All right, so here we go. Clock is running. Ball is behind at X with the sophomore sensation, Keaton Collier. Probably no big surprise that any play you're going to drop is going to include him. He is working hard. And, tries to shoot it through a thicket of legs. And it's not there, but he manages to get his own almost get his own rebound.
Oh.
Wow.
Well, that is going to cost them if they keep possession here.
Nope. No possession. No shot. So a end of the half that is a good representation of the entire first half of play. Wouldn't you say, Coach Mike?
Yeah, absolutely unexpected. Collier's a smart kid. He doesn't get rattled too much, but right there, went for kind of a home run style check. But what a surprise! The Broncos posted 6 goals on this Cal Poly Mustang crew, and they're kind of walking, going, this is not how we thought this was going to play out.
All right, so, the previous time these two teams met, Cal Poly walked away with a 16-7 victory over Santa Clara. But today, Santa Clara has showed themselves ready and willing to take on this challenge. So we will be back shortly with second half action here in Rancho Cotate High School Stadium in Rohnert Park, California, with the Santa Clara Broncos leading the Cal Poly Mustangs 6-4. We'll be right back.
Lyneis Film presents Top Plays 2018 West Coast Lacrosse. Number 10, Cal, Texas in Memorial Stadium. Cal wins the faceoff and Jake Bistotnik heads for the goal. He rips a big shot and scores. He also launches his body and performs a flip. Cal goes on to win 13-4. Number 9, Stanford hosts Oregon State down on the farm. Stanford senior Joey Murphy comes around from X and delivers some high cheese for a goal. The Oregon State Beavers win big though, 15-5. Number 8, Cal Michigan State, Memorial Stadium, Berkeley. Nick Bowman's face dodge gives him time and space, and he rips a sidearm shot into the back of the net. Michigan State wins the midseason game and goes on to be MCLA national champions. Number 7, Oregon and Stanford meet in the Pac-12 shootout in LA. Senior attack Cade Bailey runs through the entire Stanford defense to begin a comeback. The Ducks take the game 8-7 in the final minutes. Number 6, Cal Dominican, Marin County. Cal's offense is on a roll, and Jackson Durham scores off one leg. Cal wins by a convincing score of 23-7. Number 5, Burnaby, Canada. Simon Fraser, Oregon. John Finnegan hits Bailey in the crease, and he finishes to pull Oregon back to a 1-goal deficit at 7-6. But it's Fraser's night as they win 16-9. More from this game later. Number 4, Memorial Stadium, Berkeley. The 54th big game. Dylan Lee gets a pick and scores a 5-hole goal, and Cal wins its 3rd straight big game over the Stanford Cardinal. Number 3, Arizona State, Oregon. Pac-12 shootout, LA. Jake Martins scores one of his 3 goals for the game, and ASU cruises to a 9-6 win over the Oregon Ducks. Number 2, Simon Fraser, Oregon. Kalen Naher gets one of his 5 goals for the game as the Simon Fraser clan roll past the Oregon Ducks 16-9. Number 1, Cal versus Cal Poly in the WCLL championship game. Freshman Brandon Cook comes around from X and puts Cal up 1-0. The Bears win a tight match 6-4 and punch their ticket to the MCLA championship tournament.
Here we go. 22. Sam Galiff making a hard run with the ball. He's using his big body.
Oh, save.
Looks like Cal Poly is settling down and working the ball around to try to find exactly what it is they're looking for. Which is
Look at this. What a save again. It was probably 7-2.
it was
not
quick.
0-0.
Hey, look at it. Again, all credit to
the Canadian style.
Watch number 9. He could catch the ball in tight and get rid of it in the blink of a bat's eye.
Like right there.
Spittle everywhere. Nice cross pass just out of reach of the Santa Clara defense.
What a save. Lencioni.
Working behind.
What a save. Lencioni
nice
coming up humongous right now. It's 5 on the day so far.
And that's a pretty darn nice. So a potentially favorable call keeps the lead to just 1. That was dang close. Yeah.
So. And there he is. Well, I think Coach Magnus right now is probably very happy with the 2-1 situation. But dare I say, Lencioni again.
Believe me, you're watching a Cal Poly team right now that is moving off ball very well.
Lencioni's seen the ball very well.
Ball back down to X. That's going on to that's Carson Lombardi. We had a Lombardo, and now we got a Lombardi.
And look at that. 7.
Of stick to him. We got the quick double, and everybody resets. And Santa Clara is bugging around on defense right now and paid the price.
How did you not know that, right?
Collier, and this is dangerous right now for Cal Poly. You do not want to see this in the open field.
29 from 24.
Kai Moy. He's definitely working around.
Look at this.
He still thinks he has the ball, and he doesn't. If you do that in a U11 game, you're going to have a coach burst a blood vessel.
Oh, my.
Wheeling and dealing. There's a big spin right there from number 34. That's Ryan Flaherty.
And he.
Welcome back to Rancho Cotate High School in Round Park, California, the North Bay. It's a beautiful day, sun shining, a light breeze blowing. In other words, it's a perfect day for lacrosse, and no surprise, the eyes of the lacrosse world are right here, Coach Mike, as we begin the second half of this second of 2 semifinal games between Cal Poly Mustangs and the Santa Clara Broncos. Santa Clara Broncos leading the contest right now 6-4 in what is shaping up to be the potential for a bit of an upset.
Absolutely. I mean, this is definitely something that we did not expect. I mean, Cal Poly is loaded with talent, and they just can't seem to get anything moving on offense. All their goals seem to be unassisted. But I would say that the Broncos, whatever plan they put together, they're following into a T, and they're playing quite well.
I don't know if you can plan to have your goaltender have the first half that he had in this game, but let's just say and give credit where credit is due that Connor Lecioni, Carson, was it Carson or Connor?
It is.
Which one is it?
It's the brother.
It's one of the Lecchianis is just having himself a hell of a game.
There's Connor.
It's Matt Lecchiani.
Lencioni. There we go.
Oh, darn it.
There we go. Anyhow.
All right. So, to that point, the Santa Clara goaltender, whose name I am butchering, had himself one hell of a half of lacrosse.
Oh, yeah. I've got 10 saves recorded on 14 shots, unofficial, of course.
He's been active around the cage. He's been past half field, and that's the kind of thing, and that kind of exciting play really can get a team off and running.
Well, they're feeding off his energy. Clearly, the defense is. But then Cal Poly's making it easy by just doing these one-on-one plays. They're not really running anything in particular. At least it doesn't look like that to me. But they're winning the face-off challenge. Now they're of course the man up here after the simple misthought, I guess, by Keaton Collier.
And let's be clear, there's a lot of lacrosse left to play. So starting the ball with offense is exactly how Cal Poly wanted to start this half, and as they settle into their rhythm and hope to get a quick one right up here to let Santa Clara know that this game is far from over. As they work the ball around, the very dangerous Garlis working with Mitch Stickney up at the top, rotating it back up, down low, and then back up. Getting the hands free.
There you go.
Stickney lets it rip.
Well. A good old play. What a I'll take it.
Get that defense moving and shifting like that. Get the hands free, and Mitch Stickney makes the Santa Clara Broncos defense pay with a nice rep from right about 15-20 yards out.
Yeah.
And just like that, less than 30 seconds in, that lead is halved to 6-5. So like we said, there's a ton of lacrosse left to play. And the face-off battle has been one we've been watching. And the number one face-off guy in all of the WCLL, Ryan Brown, has shown himself to be worthy of that. But boy, give Tim Mollig some credit for what he's been doing out there too. He's obviously hurt, and he is giving everything that he can handle.
Again, take some body contact there.
Take some body contact.
Gets the loose ball push and Bronco ball. And Cal Poly fans not happy.
Oh boy. This is definitely not what you wanted to see, huh?
Well, that's what
If
happens.
you're a Santa Clara fan.
No, but that's what happens when you come to Rancho. You take on a different persona.
It is. It just must be something in the air here. Bodies are flying. Balls flying.
Oh.
AJ Garlis comes up with the ball. Bodies are still flying.
Oh, my goodness. He's just getting absolutely mauled. And finally, we get the late flag.
A long delayed piece of yellow laundry finds its way down to the ground. And you see the potential here for a big momentum change coming up as one AJ Garlis sizes up the defense.
Yeah, I think the penalty is going to come up against Wyatt Rich of the Broncos. I'm assuming. It was such a long delayed flag. Was not sure what he was seeing.
There was clearly some contemplation going on by the referee.
There you go. So we're going to get the call here. Let's see if Amazing Kreskin has made his decision.
I think that we all knew it was going to be a slash. It was just which slasher got
all
the
right, well, so I was way off. Looks like number 42. Is that Brian Gilbertson? Going to take the knee?
Bends the knee.
Oh, No, I was correct. Gosh, I'm good.
Yeah, you know what? You are better than most. No lie
That's
there.
funny. I'm not sure what was seen that took, 7 Mississippi to get a flag out, but.
Well, right now this is, you can tell, Santa Clara is, they're seeing their goal, their lead of potentially evaporating here as a very efficient looking
And boom.
Cal Poly offense
Just like
gets
that.
back to
Whatever
work.
DeBreu said in that halftime has rung true. Evan Hunter,
number 7, with a nice feed from A.J. Garlis as they had moved the ball around with cool efficiency, I think is one way you might be able to put it. And just like that, with just about 3 minutes gone, 2 minutes gone, the score's all tied up.
whole new ball game, man. Whole new ball game.
Yep.
I'm loving this, Cotton.
Yeah, bold move. And we get right back to the face-off circle, and here again, I'm almost bracing myself for another battle.
Oh wow! And then there's got to be a loose ball push there, but not called.
No, not called at all. And how's that not a ward?
Oh, Garilius, the G. Wow, top shelf. And I mean, he had to bring that from across his body with the right hand shot. Watch this, folks. This is called quick hands.
Well, suffice it to say, these Cal Poly fans are.
They're the quickest of hands in the world, but it's
they
okay.
Are back into this game.
We'll catch that on another time.
That's all right. That's all right. We'll just wait for the whole video to download. This I think is what when we talk about loving the sport of lacrosse and the speed with which we can move. You've seen an entire 3-goal swing here in less than 2.5 minutes of action.
Mm-hmm.
And that is that's the danger of this game, right? You try to start playing defensively and think, hey, we got a 2-goal lead, we can hang on to this. That is not the way you play this game.
Fastest game on 2 feet for a reason.
That is what they say. They are coming back and looking ready for more.
Wow.
Cal Poly, right? There's blood in the water right now, and Cal Poly smells it. All right, so let's see the Santa Clara defense turns back and is getting ready to try again to slow down what has been a monstrous second half start for this Cal Poly offense. Sticking out the top, works the ball over to Galef. Galef likes the matchup on the shorty. He's going to try to turn the corner. Decent job on defense. Lets that one fly high.
Yeah, you got to credit the defender there, Scott Lewis, able to put a little pressure on him during the shooting motion, which forced that ball high.
Yeah. Nice job there. Ball back behind. Looking for the screen. Gets the top side. Nice bit of defense right there by Santa Clara to take away that middle. And you know that Santa Clara wants to try to get this ball on offense, give this defense a break.
For sure. It's something as simple as that where, we're not getting a quality shot. If Broncos score on this is going to be interesting. I mean, Cal Poly has momentum. You can just look on the sideline of Santa Clara and they're just like, what is just going on here? What's happening?
It's not that's not often that a lead evaporates that quickly, but that is exactly what happened. And, credit Cal Poly, of course. They came out with a plan and executed on it real well. And now Santa Clara is getting their first chance to see if they can push this back at least back into the top.
I think your partner had said earlier, adjustments galore by Bobby D.
Yep.
I think that's what was happening so far. Whatever Bobby's cooking up.
The Cal Poly defense is just laying lumber out there. Keaton Collier took a pretty good shot in the arm as he goes and moves that arm pad to a position that he feels like will be more effective. Buckley has been effective in this game, but right now is being stymied. He's got a shorty on him right now, so I suspect he's going to try to take advantage of that. Gets the quick double, and that ball is loose at midfield. A.J. Garlis throws his hands open, but I think it's fairly safe when you throw someone to the ground like that, you're probably going to get called. Some debate as to whether the Santa Clara player is positioned effectively. AJ's not sure he likes the way that came out. But number 10, Henry Durbin, is off and running with the ball. I think he should probably pass it. And follows my advice and does just that. Zach the man. Gets it back down to X. But again, that Cal Poly defense is not giving an inch. They are loving pressure right now.
Man.
All the way outside the
Barrage
box.
of checks here.
Buckley, who has been dangerous. But again, nice sliding by that Cal Poly defense. They are not giving an inch. And they're making this Santa Clara team work for every open
look. Look at this, the double coming. Asugo. And we have definitely got to give credit to Griff Hallblitzel, number 99, just throwing absolute thunder checks.
Here comes Cal Poly blitzing down the field.
Lucy
flips up in the air.
Oh, this is trouble. Oh God. Oh, there it is. And yet, you got to expect that.
Look, at any time somebody puts the goalie on the ground like that after he gets rid of the ball,
it was long gone. It was long gone. So
this is just a thicket of sticks right now. Santa Clara is not getting an inch.
Yeah, Hallblitzel had a nice clean pick there.
You just like saying Hallblitzel.
I do. And I love where he's from, Bellevue.
Herr Hallblitzel.
I met a girl from Bellevue when I was back on.
I thought this sounded very much like a limerick.
No. If you want me to go there, I'll go there. But I
once met a girl from Bellevue. Stop there, family show.
Okay.
All right, so man-up opportunity for Santa Clara. The nice thing for them right here is just to be able to get some space from what had just been a tenacious Cal Poly defense.
Watch out for the slippery Keaton Collier.
Collier right there just managed to snare that at the very outside. And the Cal Poly defense really closing down the lanes very effectively.
I mean, Coach Menges has got to see some production out of this man-up units, and he gets it from Collier. The low bouncer turns the corner, hands can't be seen by the goalie, and kaboom.
I tell you, he really is fun to watch.
Yeah, well, he's so smooth. It's not like he's even getting under pressure here.
Not a lot of flash.
Yeah, you'll see that he's going to catch the pressure, and he knows it's coming, so then his hands go low. He hides the stick head between his shoulders. That's that.
The goalie really never even saw the ball. All right, so it looks like Coach Menges has thrown a long pole out on the face-off circle. It looks like his number one face-off guy, Tim Mollig, is going to take a seat for a while. He's clearly been injured for a bit there, and we appreciate the effort that he put in, but chance for him to recuperate, hopefully, maybe if he's needed later in the game. All tied up again, 7-7. Ryan Brown is saying none of that. Little push with possession. Yellow flags flying. And, that's another thing that the Fogo does for you. It gets out ahead of you like that, quickly gets possession of the ball. The defenders get anxious. And,
forces moves that are not wanting to happen amongst a defensive unit, and they get a quick flag.
Yeah. All right, so Cal Poly with the man-up opportunity. Back and forth, this game is starting to go.
Love it.
And I can tell you're kind of frothing at the mouth a little bit here. This has been a Mike Lantier kind of game. Let's see, Cal Poly's man up in the second half has been pretty efficient. I think 2 for 2 on what we've seen. Garlis looks like you got to respect that outside rip, which creates opportunities and feeds right down the middle like you saw. Just unfortunately couldn't pick up on it.
Nice quick movement there by the Broncos.
Zipping the ball around right now.
And if they can kill this would be big.
Nicely done, Santa Clara, boy. You like to see the tic-tac-toe. That one got away.
That is troubling.
Unforced error.
The Stevenson product got just a little nervous there.
We've all been there.
Oh, yeah.
We've all felt like that ball is a grenade in our stick.
I had a Doug Carl thundering down on me once. It's
it's amazing how quickly that ball wants to get out. Not sure I have it. Stick me over to Garlis up top. Both teams even now.
AJ calling his own play here.
He likes what he sees. He's got the shorty against him.
Knowing what I know about him, he's looking to draw and dump.
He is a big, strong cat. There's all kinds of mayhem going on in the middle
Look at
of the
that.
field.
Wow.
Nice save right there. And
Wow.
a heck of a stick right there. By Santa Clara is just blazing down the field. What is it with the number 1s today? That is Caleb Patwawi. Great stick. Nice hustle. Brings the ball back down on offense.
A lot more fun to call games like this, Dave, than the one earlier. Even though Cal was just amazing.
Amazing to watch and fun to watch, but let's just say it lacks some suspense.
Mm-hmm.
And Santa Clara still adjusting to the intense pressure being put on by the Cal Poly defense. All the way out, almost to half field. Durbin still working hard.
I mean, I would have to say that the way that the Broncos are playing right now, they get a nice methodical long possession here with a goal. That works in their favor, whereas Cal Poly wants to just pull away. You can feel it. Those guys are playing kind of quick step lacrosse. And what a save.
That's a pretty nice good save right there by Baccarizo. Nice up top. His hands were there. And he just executed what he needed to do. It's the kind of save you expect your goalie to make. But, still in this kind of situation with a tie game, it's still pretty big.
Yeah.
5:51 left to go here in the third quarter. All tied up, Broncos and Cal Poly. The Mustangs knotted at 7 in what has been a furiously paced and played game. Neither team really giving an inch. Moments of breathtaking skill on both sides of the ball for a while, and then a little hot potato by both teams on the side of the ball. So.
Bobby D working the refs over there, I gotta say, nice work.
Boy, all of a sudden there's a level of freneticism going on in the Cal Poly offense.
Yes.
That just couldn't find the gap. Carlson, I think that's Stickney over there working the two-man game. Oh, Carlos, just look at him, keeping him at bay with that elbow pad.
Mm-hmm. What a save.
Another good save by Thione. Gets the rebound and retreats. Boy, you can't say enough about the Santa Clara tender today, can you?
No, he's really been the glue of this unit today. I mean,
oh boy, that was
that could have been trouble.
That could have been listed fundamentally unsound, I think.
It could have, but it wasn't, and trademark pending still.
Yeah.
Patent pending.
Buckley brings it over and he gets it into the box, so the possession starts, and they've got about 80 seconds with which to complete something effective. Santa Clara offense in this quarter, my coach Mike, has looked a little disjointed.
A little bit.
Not as smooth as we saw in the first half. It looks like they're trying to figure out what the right matchup is right now and adjusting to what feels like much greater pressure.
Got it.
And
wow.
They figured it out. So.
Godfrey, his 4th of the day.
The junior attackman. I don't know what they put in his water bottle, but whatever it is, it's working.
It's just a quick move. It's a foot race here, and it's not pretty. But look, guess what? Whoop! Goal's a goal.
Just finds it around the knees of the goalie and gets by.
There you go.
And here he comes back out again. Tim Mollick, who has been mauled in this game, finds himself back out the faceoff circle against Ryan Brown, one faceoff guy in the WCLL. Another, well, we're about to witness yet another of what has been some epic battles.
Mm-hmm. Look at this. And that's an easy pusher behind, but we didn't get any of it.
I don't think so.
They're letting him play. Which
it arcs high.
That would be, wow. That is interesting.
I love the quick strikes. Not what I would have called, but you know what? That's why I do not wear the zebra stripes.
Yeah, he said he was on the line.
And flags are flying. He's right there, and the fans are displeased, I think is one way to say it.
Skosh here. Sean Twardy looking like he's going to get the penalty.
Yeah, he is, let's just say, looking familiar with racing to that box.
Wow. Cal Poly alum here.
I hope.
Feeling their oats.
I hope that's making it up to the microphone because, I suspect they're watching the same game we are. But, I don't know. They could be on an astral plane or something like that with a spirit self watching something else. We don't know. But let's just see if Santa Clara is able to take advantage of what the Cal Poly fans suspect is a call that was not favorable to their outcome. And still looks like they're looking for a little bit of a rhythm, lacking some of the earlier flow that they may have had.
It could be fatigue, too. I mean, they're playing their you-know-what's off here.
Nice stop, by the way.
Yeah, I almost did it. But,
I'm seeing
yeah.
little hitches.
Oh, well. Remember, their depth is limited compared to that of Cal Poly. So, when you play, nice shot.
Collier there to back it up.
Yep, the MC goalie product. Was he a Matt product?
I do not know. What year is he?
Let's take a look.
Another out of bounds ball, but Collier.
He's a freshman, so he could have been.
Might have been. Might have had his first couple years there.
An Oaks man.
Collier, 2:48 left to go in the third quarter. Clara leading by 1.
And they're all even. Nice kill there.
Yeah, very good kill. And there didn't really feel like Santa Clara got the shot that they were ever really looking for. So they're back going to try to do it against even strength. And this, safe to say, this Cal Poly defense has been giving them fits.
They have. But you know what? Look at this.
I'm not sure that shot from 25 yards out, but then again, the shot clock was against them, so they had to let it rip.
Wow. Okay.
Great defense. Look again. If I've said it once, I've said it more than once. It's great defense by Cal Poly so far in the second half.
They definitely have come out with their nose out of joint for sure.
Yep.
But I got to credit these Broncos, man. They're hanging around.
Hanging around. They're leading by 1, 2.
Well,
2.
Typically, if you were to go to Vegas, which I
1.
do often.
Scoreboard is I think wrong because it's 8-7, not 9-7.
Okay, I was wondering that myself.
Pretty sure. How many goals do you have, Coach?
I have 8-7 myself.
I have 8-7 too. I think we've had a scoreboard malfunction.
Yeah, well,
but if you're viewing on the internet, you don't have to worry about that. You're not even looking at the scoreboard. You're looking at the electronic version that we have here, digital and internet related. So
our crack squad of eyeballs.
We call it artificial intelligence. You also know him as Dan. We're having a correction from the booth. Fans letting the WCLL staff up here in the booth who are working for, clearly, it's a rich man's game, and that's what the money we're making up here in the booth. So feel free to have at us.
Yeah. No, I got to credit the WCLL.
Mike.
What's going on?
It's a clutch of referees.
That's a gaggle of zebras.
Clutch or a gaggle?
I don't know, but they're discussing something
There's
very.
a lot of pointing going on. And, conclusions have been reached.
Yep. Black socks, ankle socks, pulled up tight.
Yep. The long over the knee shorts.
Absolutely. Can't go with them. Anything over the knee is just old school.
It's a better way to show off the cankle.
True.
All right, it's become quiet again like church in here.
All right. Here we go.
All right, I see. It was all related to the scoreboard
the time
thing.
was running there, so I'm not sure what's happening with the time. What is going on down there?
Our crack crew up here in the booth is just hanging their head because they can't take over the scoreboard operations down there. We've got it all dialed up here in the booth, but on the field.
I want to also thank our premier sponsor, Warrior brand, STX.
I don't know where this is going.
I'm not sure either. I'm just trying to fill time.
Sol
and space.
Azteca, your choice for burritos here in Rohnert Park, California.
Bear Republic Brewing Company.
Yeah, but they don't sponsor us. Sol Azteca.
Oh, they do, yeah.
They do residential and corporate events, and you can visit them online at www.taqueriasolazteca.com. So be sure to visit, and you can visualize the tasty goodies that they have for you of the Mexican variety.
Were you going to repeat that? Because that's a long one.
That is a long one. I'll slow it down for you a little bit. They're at www.taqueria.
Somehow we're still at 2:02.
You can't talk if you're talking over me if I'm trying to do the sponsor message.
I understand, but how do you let 15 seconds roll
I'm looking
off?
over. Can you get him to shut up for me? Sponsor message. Jeez. All right, back to the action.
I blew it.
Yeah, you got an extra one out of it anyway. All right, so 1:47 left to go here in the third quarter. Cal Poly with the ball, looking fluid, and we're trying to find an option here on offense. Down by 1. Well, they'd love to go into the final quarter all tied up. net. Good defense being played by Santa Clara. Ball back out. That was Kai Moy with the ball. Finds himself in the middle.
What a save.
But you know what? Great position right there by the goalie. And he is active outside the net. Boy,
look at this, man.
Boy, that was
this is incredible.
that was a little dangerous.
Well, put yourself in Cal Poly's shoes. They, 16-7. That's a quality win. That's a we got you good, right? Timeout, Menges.
Shot clock error again.
This is troubling.
Somebody's going to have to talk to these WCLL guys.
So,
it looks like we've got some officiating crew combined with some administrative folks crossing the field as we've got a. Is that a streaker? No. No, but the tech crew here got a little excited.
I thought his head was going to snap. What?
A streaker. Because, I don't know if the WCLL semifinals are a big streaking opportunity, to be totally honest.
No. This is the problem, folks, if you buy stuff in China. Okay?
Oh, it's like Shaden Santos and those dang shot clocks he got like custom made. Remember those?
Yes, I do. That's where I was going with this. It wasn't against the equipment we have here, but
if a lacrosse ball went near one of those, it would reset to 52.
Right, Shay Panda, as we like to call him.
Panda, man.
Any excuse to go to Canada to call it a business trip, buys basically the fake Cholex, Chinese Rolex time.
I'm not sure what you call the shot clock shimmy that's going on here. I think what we have is one shot clock working, and they've placed it now at half field.
Yes.
But you know what? That's what I appreciate about the WCLL. Stuff goes wrong, adapt, overcome.
Right. Now, this is the best part where they're going to let these guys run across the field while game is underway. Nope, we're going to wait.
Yeah, the ref's doing a good job of holding off. Look at this. We got sneaking up over here on the far side.
Right?
Brian Buchanan smartly adjusting to the situation because there are some Cal Poly defenders looking ready to bounce. This is another one. Maybe we should go back and start talking about Land of the Lost again.
And we now have another.
We have a timeout?
Timeout.
All right, so it looks like there's still. You know what I love the most about the referees is their gesticulation because, you can actually start putting in words like, hey, I don't want to have spaghetti for dinner. I want to stick with stuffed shells. No, you're crazy.
Bad lip reading.
We're going to go back over this way. That kind of thing.
Bad lip reading lacrosse edition.
WCLL version. All right, I think we look like we're almost somewhat starting to get ready to go back into play here. And there we go. Buckley retreats. Looks for an option to get the ball across midfield.
Number one was wide open. There he is.
It's been Caleb Patawi has been sort of the man on the scene for clearing the ball. Very quick, very agile. He's really good at finding kind of like a Julian Edelman-esque finding open holes.
Out of Woodside, no less. Yeah. Very nice.
Bay Area football product. Super Bowl MVP of the. Who does he play for?
Ugh.
30 seconds left here, and so Santa Clara, would like to pop one in before they head into the final.
You bet, because what is the 2-goal lead?
Yeah, it's tough, but it's better than a 1-goal lead.
That's true. That's so profound.
It's mathy. There we go.
It's going to have to make it happen, Captain.
Buckley gets it back to Collier.
Steps in one.
Oh, it was a good look. Just hopped over the fence.
3.9?
5.
Is that a 5? Wow.
And that's just it.
Wow. Well, we got a ball game, folks.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if the first game could have been described as a blowout, or whatever the opposite of blowout is, this is a nail biter. The first game, you probably would have watched your nails grow. This one, you're going to bite them clean off again because it is 8-7 Santa Clara over Cal Poly with 15 minutes left to go in one of the more exciting WCLL semi-final conference games that I've ever seen in my life.
Absolutely, Dave. This is going to be – Bobby D is probably just like, guys, what are we doing? We beat this team handedly, and here we are, backs against the wall, down one, going to the fourth quarter of the semis.
It's interesting, right? So Cal Poly pretty much dominated the first time these two teams met.
Absolutely.
And yet they find themselves down by one. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like they have the pressure on them because they're behind, Or do you think the pressure really lasts on Santa Clara? Like, holy smokes, we're up by 1 to a team we lost, by 9 the last time we played. Do they find themselves in a pressure situation?
Well, I think the expectations within that Cal Poly program are that this is just a step up to the finals against Cal.
Like it's their right, you think? Like
no, I just think that they've got such a hierarchy over the years in WCLL league play that I think they're just like, wow, what's going on here? I mean, credit the Broncos goalie Lencioni. He's having a heck of a game.
Holy smokes, you are not lying. I have been really impressed with him today. He has had, like we said at the top of this whole thing, if you're going to be successful in these games, you've got to expect great play from your goaltender, and they have gotten it in spades from him today.
And I think if you're Greg Menges, you're basically saying, guys, keep doing what you're doing, and please keep your heads and wits about you.
Yeah.
Because this is not a team you want to trifle with. Man up. They have not seen a lot of success today, the Mustangs. But do you really want that to change in the fourth quarter and then be the end result? No.
I think whatever is going to be the result, whatever these two coaches have said to their teams, we have 15 minutes of semifinal lacrosse action here left at Rancho Cotate High School in this Division I WCLL semifinal championship game.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful. Between Cal Poly Mustangs and the Santa Clara Broncos. The Cal Poly Mustangs came in the 8th rated team in the nation. Mm-hmm. But boy, are they getting the full measure of the Santa Clara Broncos, who had a successful season, but 7-5 and certainly not ranked nationally. They are getting the full measure, and you can hear the Cal Poly fans exhorting their team on.
Yeah, there's a lot of alumni here, and obviously some of the greatest players of their time are back to support their current Mustang crew here. They know what this team's capable of. Let's go.
Can you feel the excitement, Coach Mike? And it's all going to begin here, which has been the site of the face-off has been the site of just some epic battles today.
Well, let's see what Maddie can do. Mean Maddie.
Boy, and that's another kid who's just been just been fun to watch today. He's clearly not at 100%,
no.
And he's giving everything he can to help out. And he comes up with a ground ball.
Yeah, there he is.
Heck of a job.
Fresh
no, you're going the wrong way there, buddy. Sorry, we get help up in the booth.
It happens.
That was definitely a long pole set. Oh, golly.
And there you go. Here, this is literally, if there's an unsung hero award, number 5, Tim Maluig, is that guy. He's drawing penalties. He's drawing loose ball possessions on face-offs. Unbelievable.
Oh, Brian Buckley with a pretty dang good ground ball right there versus number 12, Lou Sugo, the senior defenseman. That was
and second team all league, which I think he definitely has been a first teamer.
I was here today for sure.
Yeah, he was a first teamer the last couple of years, and I don't understand what the difference was because he is the dude.
Well, give some credit to some gritty ground balling right there by Buckley. No doubt about it. Ball up top. Number 39, Alex Pappas, has been having a pretty good game today himself.
I like him. It's fun to watch.
Yeah. Was not going to get it done, but out of bounds. Santa Clara will find themselves on man up from a result of looked to be a slash or a trip. I couldn't tell.
I think it's a slash coming, yeah. And it was during the loose ball. Yeah, and it's going to be against Jack Tunney.
Tunney taking the knee?
Tunney? I like Tunney. Let's go Tunney.
Let's go Tunney. Better. Now Collier with the ball back at X.
Check that. 21 is the culprit. Spencer Mischke.
All right, so Santa Clara finds themselves in an opportunity, provided they don't throw the ball away. I think that they are anxious to see the clock started.
Well, it appears that the Cal Poly brethren are very vocal today.
And are doing a heck of a job assisting the referees, if I may say so.
And that is always appreciated by the Stripes. And let me tell you personally, they've told me that many a time. They've appreciated my in-their-ear attitude.
Very dangerous Keaton Collier behind the net looking for an opening.
He has been known to do the Gary Gate, dip and dunk. No ruled illegal.
He's got the length.
I've seen him do it.
Ball is still playing. Sorry, Santa Clara moving that ball around. Quite finding the opening. Big rip from the right side by it's number 22, James Mabry.
Backrieser. Is that Tom Backrieser?
The goalie?
Yeah. I like him coming out. You always got to love, all even. Got to love when a goalie is chasing. I mean, despite not getting there, you just never know. You never know.
The active goalie around the crease is a wonderful thing to have, until it's not.
Wow.
Just missed it. Cal Poly gets the ball back after successfully killing the Santa Clara man-up opportunity. Gets the ball past midfield quickly. Nice catch right there by number 14, Zach the Man Levitan.
Instrumental in last year's campaign.
Yes, he was. We called his name quite a bit. The senior defensive midi is looking to hand that ball off so he can retire for the moment to the sidelines to get his feet rubbed and prepared to be back in the next time. Stanley's got the ball up top and moves it over.
Looks like St. Mary's is making their way in.
Hunter's own there
UC
now.
Davis already here for the Division II championship tonight later on after this game. Oh.
Yeah. Finds himself.
What a save.
Jeez, that was another one that got loose and rolling around in that crease.
I am absolutely, now, to my knowledge, and great stats by you, Dave, Lencioni had 16 saves against the Reno Wolfpack, and I think I've got him at 19 right now. So if anybody is the dude, the Big Lebowski on, player of the playoffs,
the big cheese, the head honcho.
The big cheese. It's going to be Lencioni.
The Great Yolanda, the chief of the head water buffaloes.
Yes.
Grand Poobah, I believe is what that's called.
And that's,
it's almost hard to find words. With about 11 minutes left here, Santa Clara with the ball on offense. Back to Buckley. Buckley swings it back up top and a nice long pass. Zings it over. Over to number 28. That's actually Buckley. Nice defense by Cal Poly. The ball springs loose, and they are there to get it, but the ball is
one-handed pickup by Collier, but he's the only one that can pull that off.
He's got such a long stride. Gets himself out of danger pretty quickly. Shot clock is apparently running down. Yep, that is a shot clock violation.
The shot clocks work.
So nicely defended by Cal Poly and preventing Santa Clara from getting a quality shot off. Back down the field comes Cal Poly. A little bit of pressure being applied by Santa Clara. They are successful in getting the ball in. Down to Doug Goslin. Gets his foot inside the box. Starts the clock on its inevitable countdown. Time comes, time waits for no man, Coach.
Not at all. And this is definitely a Mustang opportunity here that they must score on here.
Yeah.
I mean, 10 minutes is a long time, but they have been very frustrating to any of these alumni below us who are very much wanting a goal here. They are not producing, and right there.
Jeez, what a nice bit of defensive play by number 1, Caleb Powdaway, who's having himself a game. I feel like we've been saying, oh, this guy's having a game and that guy's having a game. And maybe it's just this Santa Clara team is just kind of putting it together a little bit.
Every dog has his day. Right?
But I'm not sure that this kind of retreating was something that was going to be helpful.
And they did not get it over. Good ride by the Mustangs.
Yeah, the Mustangs, I tell you, they've been playing really well. I almost am surprised they're down by 1 to a certain degree when I rolled the game tape back in the mind.
And I think that's what's going through Bobby D's mind is he's like, wait a second, I know this team. This team is fantastic. We're making mental errors, just everything is not clicking for them right now.
Ryan Flaherty,
but they're still in this.
Hopefully trying to get something started here for Santa Clara. Moves it back up top. Stickney driving down to the net, gets down to the GLE.
What a save.
Holy Jiminy Christmas.
That is unbelievable. Lencioni, I mean, I don't know.
You're running out of words.
I am. I'm just like.
Folks, you can't see him up here in the net, but Coach Mike literally just put his head in his hands.
We talked to Greg Mangus. We said, well, who's your goalie going to be? And he actually said, I don't know yet.
No,
I don't know
that was Bobby D.
Was it Bobby D?
That was Bobby D.
Okay, I wasn't sure because I'm like, Megas, what are you talking about? This guy's been, I mean, we know his name from last year. He's a junior, I believe. He and his brother are both juniors. So you're going to see this guy again, and he is just out of his mind.
Well, I tell you what, if Santa Clara, ekes this game out, they better mob their goalie.
Yeah, the crowd is kind of hushed. They're a little
Santa Clara crowd. I mean, the Cal Poly crowd is a little stunned, I think, that this is, 7:47 left in this game, down by 1. I mean, look at 1 goal in this game is nothing. There's plenty of opportunities left to come back. The shot clock's going to ensure that, and this Cal Poly defense is doing its best to help out too.
So, like, if you're sitting there as a Cal fan, you've stuck around to watch this, right? Are you wanting a piece of Cal Poly, or are you wanting a piece of Santa Clara? Because I think Cal Poly played Cal decently. Was it 14-10?
Keaton Collier sort of casually
holding
on over there, and the ball bounces right in front of him.
And that's just fundamentally unsound.
I think that Collier is he's walking a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if there's something that's he's finding a little bit wrong. His physical stature, capabilities.
So here we go. Grollis.
Oh, gracious me.
Wow.
And Carlos kind of shakes him off like NBD. No big deal.
Yeah.
I think he took a pretty good shot square on.
But I tell you what, if they don't score here, the Broncos are going to be like, you know what? We got to finish this. We got to finish this now.
On their heels. I mean,
that's a momentum switch just for tough D against one of their best players.
Good double right there. Sends Doug Gosselin retreating behind the net. No opening. Boy, we are in for a
beautiful day and a beautiful game,
of an ending. You're just about a little over 6 minutes left. Just a
look at this.
Good attempt by Evan Hunter there to try to crack the ball around the far side, but just missed the net.
Dave, if Lencioni had gotten that back up, I would have lost my mind.
I think there would have been problems up here. We would have been creating words to describe.
I would want to get his autograph. Now I want his autograph. That's another save.
A fairly decent rip by number 22, Sam Galiff, but boy, I tell you, if you're going to put something past Lencioni today, he's going to have to do better than that. But boy, look at this absolutely furious Cal Poly ride. It's been the case all day.
Yep.
Lencioni makes a great save. Cal and Santa Clara
here's the other
tries to clear.
Lencioni. There's Connor providing pressure.
Whoop.
Wait a second. Timeout. Bobby D, smart play.
Boy, you know what? I think that is what you call a smart timeout, right? You got 5.5 minutes left to go. You know at this point, every possession matters.
Everything matters.
Everything matters. You got 5.5 minutes left to go. You're down by 1. You see your guy coming flying down the field and slipping on what is clearly a field laden with marbles out here in Rancho Cotate High School with waves of undulating grain of artificial turf. It's not conducive to when you're tired at the end of the game, right? You just stumble, you start slipping. And these guys have been playing at a furious pace all game long. I mean, this is where it really starts to weigh on you, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I would have to give, just by pure numbers, Cal Poly the edge. But you look at the Broncos, and they're having trouble in the middle third of the field. And that is unfortunate because where can you gain time and patience? Obviously, in your offensive zone, you don't want to do that. You don't want to have a long, drawn-out defensive stand. They got to get this middle third of the field figured out so that they can close this thing out. Because if not, Cal Poly's coming back.
Do you think that Cal Poly right now is a little stunned they're not winning this game?
Absolutely, I think they're stunned. I think they're like, wait a second, how is this possible? We're playing all over the field, and we still can't put the ball in the net.
Right. Well, again, some tremendous goalie play from the Santa Clara tender.
Mm-hmm.
He's walking with
Cal
a bit
Poly.
of
I mean, Cal Poly's he's made some saves.
He hasn't made that many saves.
No. Nothing like then Lencioni,
All right, so timeout over.
Yeah.
Getting back to action. Santa Clara 8, Cal Poly 7. Cal Poly with the ball after a adept timeout by Coach Bobby D to save the possession from a situation that was rapidly deteriorating, much like my mouth. Cal Poly is really sniffing the goal here right now. Move the ball up top.
Sense of urgency.
Kai Moy. Gets a good lane to the net, but the defense is there to pick him up. Cal Poly's Santa Clara's scrappy defense continues to be equal to the task, but you can tell Cal Poly is ripping the ball around right now, and they put it into the hands of their senior attackman, Jay Garlis, because he is a threat every time he touches the ball. Quick double and a hell of a play right now. Running out of words, folks.
It's
running out of words.
If you can just say to this guy, Lencioni, what, I mean, is this normal?
Right.
It sounds like it is. I mean, you know, he played his heart out for UNR, led them to that win. And then here we go with his force stuff. I mean, he is the leader, obviously the defensive leader. He's got a
ball stays Santa Clara. Got a deflection off the Cal Poly stick.
That is insane. That's a tough call with that ball moving that fast.
Boy, it starts getting interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah, look at the Davis fans coming in. They're mean mugging the Cal Poly fans. I love it.
All right, here we go now. We've got Santa Clara still playing a little hot potato with that ball right now.
Let's see if Collier can put one more in the.
It just seems like they're trying to make stuff happen where nothing is there to happen. You know right now that like if you're, I kind of feel like maybe Greg Mangus should be calling a timeout right now because his team is not. Oh, one-handed shot and hits the post.
And that's going to be out of bounds.
That's
going to be a Santa Clara ball. Wow. What a hustle. What a hustle. And so, Cal Poly fans not happy at all.
Retains possession.
But here we go. And I mean, you know, 4 minutes, buddy. 4 minutes. The bounce shot and the goal. Collier, holy smokes.
With a great
Lombardi
bounce pass from Carson Lombardi. That is something else. And with 4 minutes left in the game, Santa Clara goes up by 2 over the heavily favored Cal Poly Mustangs. The number 8 team in the country is looking at a 2-goal deficit with 4 minutes left. Now look at that's a lot of lacrosse that's left to be played here.
Oh, for sure. We just saw in the first part of the game.
If I'm looking right now, I'm looking at Cal Poly defenders looking a little stunned.
Yeah, there's not. I mean, the body language is pretty clear. They're like, what is going on here?
And you know, they are dealing with a goalie on the Santa Clara side who is playing championship level lacrosse. But there's still a lot left to be played. But boy, if possessions counted earlier. And that's going to be a push and go in Cal Poly.
So this is a spot where Bobby D might be considering a timeout, and I think he has one left.
I think so.
But I don't know. You know, it's one of those things.
Quick slide, quick shot, and a
point blank, right in the face of Lencioni. Yes, absolutely, came right back out into the doorstep. 600 saves. Oh, that's, you know, you can't have that shot against this goalie today. He's eating all this stuff up. Holy moly.
Ball stays Cal Poly. Santa Clara defense, which you know is, they are tired.
Yeah.
5 yards is indeed the call.
I mean, if we're asking for that, we're desperate. Good Lord.
3:14 left in the game, excuse me.
Yeah.
I guess I just want to see this game going on. It's been so exciting. You just wanted to keep going. Let's play a third half, folks. All the way across the top.
Oh, it's
getting sick is what it is. Mitch Stickney puts a good rip on Cage.
Yeah.
Lencioni right there to just gobble it right up.
And that's Cal Poly's plan right now. They're gonna move the ball. They're gonna look for this big hard outside shot and just play the probability number of something's got to go in, right?
At some point we've got to be able to beat this guy. But right now it is not the case. But Santa Clara has been
2:30, Dave. 2 minutes 30 seconds.
And you know, a goal right now would just be devastating.
It's probably the nail in the coffin. If it happens,
and there is a good look right there by number 28, Brian Buckley. Got around on the edge, but just wasn't able to get far around enough.
Complete breakdown by Cal Poly's defense there.
Has been a defense that has been playing tremendous all afternoon, particularly in the second half, but they were able to get that going.
Oh, that's terrible. The other Lencioni, Connor.
Was that a word?
Yeah, as a moving pick.
Moving pick. Cal Poly.
I thought he was solid, but, well, you know, that's why I'm not the ref.
Here we go, Cal
But
Poly.
here we go.
2 minutes left in the game. Down by 2. It's 9-7 Santa Clara.
I think Goslin's feeling it. He's like, look, I got to do something here.
All game long, you felt like Cal Poly's offense was just getting ready to explode, but boy, the Santa Clara defense, particularly the goaltender, has been equal to the task for most of the afternoon.
Dave, may I remind you that, you know, there's a 2-goal deficit here, and now with that save, there's not a lot of time left. This is pretty much neat and tidy right here. If the Broncos can clear this, it's pretty much a done deal. They get a goal, it's over.
The net is
and
empty.
Look at this. They went to the 10-man ride, and now it looks like Santa Clara is going to just try
Henry Godfrey
and survive.
pulling it back out, getting doubled.
Yep.
Probably best to move that ball.
Yeah, I mean, someone's got to help him, though.
That is true.
Oh.
And the ball pops out and is still loose.
1 minute, Dave. 1 minute.
Santa Clara is.
And they got a fresh shot clock here. Broncos looking to shock.
You know, they just put it in the
shock the Mustangs.
You know, they just put it in the stick of the kid they really wanted in. And
Oh,
Collier
absolutely.
smartly retreats behind the net.
That was a timeout called.
Collier looks like he's feeling the pain of a broad, busy day of lacrosse.
Bobby D not happy with the reffing right now. Mangus, did he call the timeout? I don't know.
Appears to be the case. And we're going to see a
and
flag.
We get a conduct flag. This is unfortunate.
Bobby DeBreo is on the field, and he is pleading the case.
And my Bushnells have just caught that Greg Mangus dropped his clipboard, and it just
exploded.
Well, it didn't explode. It got blown everywhere. But staff quickly picking up the mess.
Santa Clara staff used to
Bobby
Greg
D.
Menz.
Bobby D. now getting full attention by.
You know, Mike, I suspect that the referees are not going to change their opinion on anything of consequence. And Coach Bobby D is using his finger in a very emphatic way.
I agree, Dave. And from what my 2 eyes told me there, this game is going to go down in one of the biggest stunners.
This is on the verge of a pretty significant upset here, Coach.
Yes. Yeah, and I mean, Mangus has got to be smiling. I can't tell because his guys are all around him, but you know, he's got a very cool, calm demeanor himself, and he's like, guys, let's just finish this off, and now we're truly going to be David and Goliath against Cal. So why not? I mean, this is how their season's been at Santa Clara, so good for them.
Well, you and I had a conversation after the Cal game with head coach Ned Webster, and we asked who he preferred to see.
Yeah.
And I think he indicated that, you know, he felt like they matched up probably better against Santa Clara, but watching the Santa Clara team today, he may eat his words on that one.
I know. I think he fully expected the Mustangs to pull off the same, you know, regular season game, and I think his phone is probably blowing up. If he's not here, his phone is blowing up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you're not believe what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
So Santa Clara Broncos, with a little over 48 seconds left in this game, retreat to the end line to pick up a ball with, like I said, a little over 48 seconds to complete what can only be called a crazy upset of the number 8 ranked team in the nation coming that beat them by 9 goals earlier this year.
Yeah, 10-man ride in effect.
In the corner, you know, every second matters right now, so the game of cat and mouse begins. And it's snapped up quickly by by Cal Poly, but is it quick enough?
I mean, they got to move this ball real quick and get one right now.
In the offensive zone,
it takes what,
quick.
7-8 seconds off a face-off, and they get it, and they get the first of 2 they need. 22.
Sam Galef finds himself in the right place at the right time, and the quick, speedy dash down the field gets him a goal with in 20 seconds from having possession going the other way to putting the ball in the back of the basket. So look at 22.
Wow, the biggest face-off right now, these two Warriors. And it's been everything that we had talked about. This is a great game. Fans are on their feet. This possession could decide it.
Here we go, Mike. The face-off has been the site of just about every great battle we've seen today, and it's never have the stakes been bigger.
Look at this. Pauly with it. Do not commit a penalty here. That is not how you need to do this game. Oh, what a
great
check. And keep it on the ground. Keep it on the ground. Oh, that's a great job, and that is going to do it.
It's going to do it. We are now 5 seconds left.
Nothing came out.
Santa Clara Broncos have just defeated the number 8 team in the country, the Cal Poly Mustangs, in what can only be called one of the most monumental upsets in WCLL playoff history, Coach Mike.
I'm literally just like looking at this game going, I did not see this. I expected a good one. This was a great one. And I mean, the Broncos, their goalie, holy moly.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You and I have been talking all game about the goalie play of Matt Lencioni, but you cannot even begin to encapsulate what that kid meant to this team today on what we just saw.
He was everything. He was everywhere. He was everything. I mean, you know, you stand tall in the pipes, right? But he did little things. He came out when he needed to. He was just, I don't know if he was a voice out there. We can't tell all this, this way up here. But holy moly, did they control a potent offense and literally stymied them. I mean, let's think about this. I don't think Cal Poly has ever scored this least amount of goals in any WCLL playoff.
7 goals. I mean, my goodness, they beat this Cal Poly beat this Broncos team by 9 goals the first time they met, and they just lost by 1. And a pretty impressive turn of events, and all the credit in the world to both, obviously, the Broncos players, but most especially to Coach Greg Mangus and his coaching staff.
Yeah.
They had a plan, they stuck with it, and they got accompanied with some just outstanding play between the pipes today. Some class being shown by the Cal Poly fans.
And they're led by their goalie right there.
As well they should be. So a tale of 2 lacrosse games today, Coach Mike. Cal absolutely dominating the opener and winning against Sonoma State 19-10. And then what is one of the most exciting lacrosse games I've had an opportunity to see in the Santa Clara Broncos upsetting the Cal Poly Mustangs, which sets up, of course, a pretty exciting WCLL championship game tomorrow.
Yeah, and I just hope that the Broncos, get their rest. Obviously, they played a late game here, battle to the end. Cal's probably home already in Berkeley and getting ready for tomorrow. But it is they're at base camp at Mount Everest. Mm-hmm. It feels good to get there, but guess what? There's a lot more climb ahead.
It's a big game ahead. So for Mike Lantier, I am Dave Almy, and you have just seen the Santa Clara Broncos upset the number 8 team in the country, the Cal Poly Mustangs, by a score of 9-8. Tune in tomorrow for the championship game between the number 1 team in the country, the University of California Golden Bears, versus the Santa Clara Broncos that you just saw. This is Dave Almy signing off for Western Collegiate Lacrosse League Championship action. We'll see you tomorrow.